Good evening. And here is an oil painting of it. That little film you saw then was my daughter Jane and her friend Sarah in our garden. Of course, the garden is usually full of little children, these little spotty things running around. Yes, yes. And I often overhear some of these incredible things that they say. And I write them down from time to time, and I've written some of them down. I'd like to read them to you. This is me to Celia when she was age 5. Will you come out and help Daddy cut the grass? Yes. We'll make the garden nice for when the cat dies. Laura comes running and says, Dad, Sean says, if I'm naughty in church, God will put an ant in my knickers. What's that? Ready, lads? What did you put in this food? There was a time when we had a whole garden full of them one afternoon, and there's an outside loo, and they kept rushing in and out, and I saw one rush into the loo and lock the door. Then another little spotty thing went up and knocked on the door, and the one inside said, Who's that? And the one outside said, It's somebody else. And there was another one. My boy Sean came running in one morning into my garden in his pajamas. He said, Dad, am I dead? I said, no, why? He said, oh, good, then I'll go and play in the garden. And of course, they say some very, very beautiful things at times. Once I was showing my daughter, Celia, the moon through a 4-inch telescope. And she said, oh, isn't that lovely, Daddy? One day, when we find our wings, we'll fly there forever. Wasn't that beautiful? And then Laura rushes in and said, I've just been sick on a dog. Folks, the big picture's starting. It's Tom Mix and Select.
It's been a bad year for TV comics. Here we see the shagged-out cast of the Morecambe and Wise show doing up the soup and old jokes outside of Broadcasting House. Here we see 600 Peter Cooks and Dudley Moores trying to break through a police cordon bleu barrier to attack the BBC canteen. They were trying to break through to the tea urn where they planned to drink 60 gallons and then flood the market. Most comics are complaining about the harsh working conditions in the BBC. No good beating a British comic. He never knows when he's down. Oh, no, sailor. In Finchley, special labour exchanges have been built to deal with the volume of unemployment. Here comes one now. This is Spike Malagna, the well-known typing error. Unemployed for 17 years and forced to wear a cheap plastic Japanese truss. Here we see him on the National Health Service bicycle. Oh, no. You can't beat Spike Malagna when he's down. Or his bike. Oh, no. So watch out, Edward Heath. He's after your job. Goodbye, Ted. running away to the next job. And the indomitable spirit of the British comic.
A parcel for you, sir. This is blackmail. Hello. Spike, darling, I love you. Will you always wear this for me? Signed, Princess Anne.
I love Princess Anne, I tell you. I love her.
Thank you, 6 out of 10. Now, here is a poem of mine which I wrote one early morning. I pulled the curtains in my bedroom and there was this wonderful spring morning, the sort of kind you only get in England. And it's called Spring Song. Spring came haunting my garden today, and a song of cold flowers was on the grass. And though I could not see it, I knew the air was colored, and new songs were in the old blackbird's throat. The ground trembled at the thought of the day that was to come. Today it was not my garden. Today it belonged to itself. At the dawn smell of it, my children fled the house and went living in that grenacious primitive dimension that only they and gardens understand. And my dog, too, lost his mind and ran in circle after canine circle trying to catch himself. And do you know what? He did. It was that kind of a day. That was Ray Ellington. He always takes the shortcut.
Welcome to the 20th International Religious Sports Meeting in Scranton on the Village. Competing today are vicars, nuns, priests, rabbis from all over the United Kingdom. As you can see, the Reformed Synagogue has been running the talk since the beginning of the day. The first event is the pole vault. The Reverend Dick Woggles, Church of England, is going to try for 14 feet 1, which is a new High Church of England best. And the stands go quiet family because there's nobody in them. Just very reverend approach. He's up. He's using the Church of England best. The new fighting over. The new best promoting the high altar. Wonderful throw. And now this is Father Benedictine on the first throw of the hurling the halo. Good stand. Forward on the left leg goes the weight and... Oh, no, it's a bad one. He lost that. Oh, that was very bad now. Now, if you'd given time for the Greek Orthodox piece, Brother Crepology, he's taking his last throw in the attempt to break the Roman Catholic stranglehold on throwing the incense. It's being filled up to 60 pounds now, which is 2 pounds more than Father Sean Dillon, the record holder. Starting to wind up. Slow. A holding our ball for the net goal. And that's a good one. And here we are at the finish of the marathon race. And it's Father Thomas who's winning. Wait! But he's gone under the tape. At the start of the race, that man was 6'8" and a quarter inches. He's being controlled by Fran's trainer, but it's too late now. What a tragedy! Oh, now here we have Rabbi Theo Cohen about to put the shot at 42 pounds. This is one of the final throws in the stoning of the sinner. And they're missing. He's missed. So the Jews are out of the stoning of the sinner. Finalists of the raising of the dead. 2 take up their positions, and they start their invocations. Ireland were hot favourites in this, and I think, yes, they have. Ireland is doing good. Beautiful inside. Now back to Bolton. Let's go back and take it. Interesting temptation race. There are 4 contestants. Greece, Israel, Ireland, and East Germany. Now, the first to break. The first to break is East Germany. It's a try ball, son. It's a surprise because he's expecting to put up a good show. He's got a touch. It's a touch. This is a surprise. It's a favourite here. Father O'Sullivan breaking so soon. This is, of course, Rabbi Jacobs has broken religiously, but then he always has. And it's expected of him. He's very old now, and he's really getting nothing out of it. Because the winner, the Greek is the winner, pending a medical inspection. This is the shortest event of the day, the semi-finals of the 600mm rosary race. 3 contestants, Cardinal Flood of Ireland, Monsieur Rains of Ireland, and Father Brown of Israel. They take up their starting marks. Go! And they're off. The hot favourite is Cardinal Flood on the left. You can see, it even burns his feet. He's won. Another win for Ireland. getting ready now for the finals of the confessional box relay, which is the big race of the day, and as you can see, the betting is mostly on air at 40-1. Now, in lanes 1, you'll see Father Knox of England, lane 2, Father Spolansky from Poland, lane 3, Father O'Brien of Era.
Take up your starting places.
He's getting on to the starting box now.
Get set. Go in peace.
But I think Father O'Brien of Era going to fly, but Father Spolansky is gaining on him, and it's goes Father Knox, lane 3, largest with him, they go to the boxes. It all depends on who has the most sins to confess, but I know for a fact that Father O'Brien did go to a pub last night to play a darts match against a Protestant vicar, and he may have talked up a few swear words too many. Now, who's it going to be at first? Who is it to be? It's the Pole, Father Wolski, followed by England's the Reverend Drop, and way behind is Father McGee. But he's catching up to time, and they all go in the boxes together. They all go. Ah, yes. Oh, yes, that darts match last night is going to take its toll of the Irish team. Can they make it? But they are out first. Wait, he hasn't heard the whole confession. This could lose them the race. Wait a minute now. And there goes the pole, followed by England. Can Ireland pull this off at this time of the time race? He's forgotten the stone. He's forgotten the stone. He's automatically disqualified. It's too late now. So it's Poland first, with England second, and Ireland disqualified.
I'm afraid I've fallen in love with the Princess Anne.
Right. Next, please. Goodbye, so very... Oh, no!
Well, hello again.
Hello.
And we've got another spiffing afternoon for you.
Super.
But first, Daphne is going to tell us something very important about today.
Today is the 1st of October, 1972.
That's super, Daphne. That's something worth remembering.
Thank you, Daphne. And now, before we go, Ralph is going to tell us something really important.
Yes, it's about your letters and postcards. Could we have some, please?
And now, here's a spiffing idea for a rainy afternoon. All you need is a hammer, a nail, a box of matches, and a piece of string. First, tell your mummy not to come into the room until you blow the whistle. Now, put the whistle in your mouth. You what now? You're now a prisoner. Then when your mummy comes in, you say, "Mummy, look, I've escaped."
Super, Jonathan. Well, that's something you can do in your own time.
Now, last year, we went on a whitted skiing holiday in Islington. And here's a film to show you what a grand
super time we had.
That's you going in, Daphne, isn't
Yes,
it?
that's me. That's me.
That's right. And that's me second, and that's Ralph. He didn't bring the stuff in the hut. Yeah, something wrong there. And you'll see us inside in a minute. There we are inside. And Ralph was really super. He had a surprise for us. He gave us a present each. There's a log for me. And you had one too, Daphne.
Yes, you gave it to me.
That's my log, the one that I'm holding now.
Yes.
It really was spiffing of him to do it.
Oh, it was super.
Yes, it was. That's Sir Ralph taking them back again. And he looks after everything. He's really super all the way to the show. There's the hut. That's the out. There's no snow, you can see, so we have to step inside.
Ralph thought of some wonderful variations on what you could do with a log of wood and a whistle. What you do is, you blow the whistle, bang the log on the table, and then you all laugh. It was so good, we played it for 3 days. And then Jonathan had this wonderful idea. He wouldn't tell us what it was. He made us close our eyes while he went into the next room.
Whoops.
He was in there, oh gosh, a long time.
What I was going to do, it came as a complete surprise to all of them. It was exciting being there on my own. Now watch this.
And when we finally went in, it was all over. And we had to ask him what he'd done. And when he told us, we laughed for 3 whole days.
There was still no snow.
So, one morning, Jonathan found some silly old whiskey in the fridge, so we had a super drink. You had to keep taking your clothes off, and the one who got coldest first wins.
There was still no snow.
And then Ralph said something that made Jonathan awfully bad-tempered, and he told poor Ralph to stop being naughty. Then Jonathan said he knew a better game we could play, a sort of new type of musical chairs. I had to sing a song. Jonathan had to hit Ralph, and whoever started to bleed first lost. Ralph was laughing so much he could hardly play the game. But Jonathan insisted. His fingers. And Ralph so enjoyed it, he kept coming back for more. And then he went out to play on his own. Jonathan didn't sulk, and then he said he knew a different game. Round and round the garden to find a teddy bear. 1 step, 2 step, chase her into there. It really was super fun, and there was no end to jolly ideas. No idea what a lovely time you could have with simple, inexpensive ideas. A little cooperation. I hope that if you go on holiday, you can have as much fun. And Jonathan will be with us just as soon as he's released.
Yes. Well, now we come to our nice doggy spots. Today we're going to meet Grotty. Now, Grotty is half Irish wolfhound and half Crippen. Hello, boy. He's a nice boy, he is. He's a good fellow. He's the mascot of the 3rd Battalion of the Grenadier Guards. His normal handler, Corporal Dick Waggles, cannot be with us tonight as he is ill in prison. But here to take his place at short notice, we have ex-RSM Wally Woolworths, who is retired but has dressed up at short notice to remind us of of him as he was when he dressed up to remind him of him. Sergeant Major Woolworths. Sir!
I love Princess Anne.
Sergeant Major, how long were you in the Guards?
6 foot 1, sir. And I was very beautiful, sir. My men loved me, sir.
You have trained Grotty in all his many tricks.
I have trained him, sir. I have trained him like my own wife. Like my own stuff. I love that dog. I love that dog. And his, wait for it, and his tricks.
Could you get him to do one for us?
I don't think so, sir. He done one just before he come in, sir. The way you were standing, sir, I thought you were going to do one as well. But I'll try to. Grotty, show your lovely sergeant how much you love him now. Come on, Grotty, good dog. There's a good dog. Steady now. 1, 2, 3, steady, Grotty. Steady, Grotty, now, lad. He's heel. He's a little bit rusty, sir.
It's very good,
He's a
yes.
little bit rusty, but he'll do this one, sir. Now then, Grotty. Here's a nice biscuit for you, Beckville, suck my lad. A nice bicky poo. There's a good dog, Grotty. Grotty, up. Grotty, up. Down. Grotty. Heel. Die for your king and country.
Well, that's all for tonight, Peterkin. Next week we'll be telling you how to keep a sex maniac as a pet. And how to make your own Mary Whitehouse out of napkin rings.
Thank you, Norma. Any questions?
Grotty, heel. Heel, buddy. Heel. Come, boy, down.
You didn't get that one, did you?